Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. Let's start our session on the IAS and PCSwala daily current affairs. Under that we will study the major news and articles as well as the editorial that is relevant for UPSC as well as for the state PCS. Today we have near about 11 12 area and we will cover one by one. So just see that what are the area that we are going to cover. Okay, we will start with the center examining India tech firm sanctioned by the US to close ties with the Russia company. Actually, under this we will study that there is a company that is Indian company that is associated with the Indian government as well as Russia, and EU and US already had sanctioned this company. Now EU has also sanctioned. Okay, so this is going to impact a bit the relationship between India, EU as well as the US. After that, we will study India's approach should be not clouded by the confirmation. Again, this is from the one of the speech of our external affairs minister. Here he is telling that yes, India is going to source into the political area. Already we are growing in the economy as well as in the cultural area at the global stage, that we will show that we have our own way. We are not going to follow the West or any other culture or ideology. This is okay. So this will be both are from the mains perspective, international relation. Okay. After that, we will study. There is a picture of the theme, the artist, the what is the theme, how the basic about the theme. So this will be under the GS paper 1 and art and culture. Okay. After that, we will study one of the direction of the Supreme Court to the Coast Guard. Please give the permanent commissioning of the women. Already we are talking about the priority of the men and women. Okay. After that, we will study color molecule. This is about the quantum computer, and there is an article, but we will study just the basics about the quantum technology, how the quantum computers work. After that, balloon whales. There is the one of the characteristic, they sing. Okay, do you believe that they sing? And that's why we were not knowing that how the voice they are producing. Now the scientists are able to know that how they are producing their voice, so we will study that. Okay, after that we will study this there is a detailed article on the electoral process and the fairness of the election. So we will study that how the electoral process of India has been and what is the condition now. After that, we will study land management policy. This is very important. So we will study under GS paper 3 land policy. So mains specific. After that, we will study the Russian economy after 2 years of the war. Just international relation, there is very interesting thing that is going to be there. You will find very unique thing that how the Russia want to perpetuate this war, because they are getting benefit of this war. Every company, every country face some of the setback in the due to the war, but Russia, the condition is very different. The economy is flourishing. There is the growth and there is the investment. Okay, so we will study how this miracle, this magic is happening. Then we will study what is the last row between the Trump and the NATO. There is the already we know that Trump is asking, give me money, we are providing you the security. So this is all about. We will see that how what is the attitude of the Trump, how this is going to threat the collective defense in the Europe and EU. Okay. After that, in the last, we will study about what is this Bitcoin halving. Just we will know the basic about the Bitcoin technology. That will be more than sufficient. So let's start the first news that is from the front page. So yes, we will. So the front page, several Indians released by Russian army. So already we are continue seeing that the many of the Indians who joined the Russian army just as the helper, now they have asked to go into the war zone, and they are scared of that, and they want to protection, they want come back to the India. What is the condition? Overall, the story is that if you remain in a poor village, and you see that yes, there is the 2.5 lakh rupees monthly basis you are going to earn, there is the always the load that comes to you, there will be the always the attraction for that, because you are suffering from the so many difficulty due to the economic hardship. And 2.5 lakh, you count that yes, 2.5 lakh per month, and by the 12th month you will have the 30 lakh rupees, and you will earn for the 2 years, and you will have the 2.5 lakh. If you will multiply by 12, it will be 30 lakh. The people, the mindset of the people, just I am telling. And if you will earn for the 2 years, it will be 60 lakh. Okay, 60 lakh. After 60 lakh, you will spend 10 lakh for your expenditure, living expenditure there. You will save 50 lakh. Come India, you will open a huge shop, or you will do something. You will show the society that you are out of that poverty cycle, or you are out of that economic hardship. This is the mindset of people. But when the people are reaching in there, and when they are facing the war and sales coming on that, and they are seeing the death in front of them, then they think that, oh, whatever the condition I have there, I am happy with that. I don't want this 60 lakh. I want to go back to my home, earning whatever I am getting. So this is the mindset. So many of the Indians who join the Russian army, now they want to come back. Many of them, they have signed the contract, because the contract was in the Russian language. They were not able to read and know, and that's why they are facing difficulty. That Russian are talking that you are signed a contract. This contract is for the 1 year, and you cannot leave. Okay, here it is given that they tell that we cannot leave, as the contract are signed with them for the 1 year. Okay, so this is the condition. Here there is the some of the stories given, that one of the story where the brother of Jahur Ahmad Sheikh, he joined this army as a helper, and he called back that I will be out of the network area for the 3 months. So these people got worried, their family got worried. They contacted our external affairs ministry. So these are the responses that is given, and this is all about. Next news, the next news on the this front page is again political. This is with respect to the this TN minister that has been arrested and has been in the allegation. They are under the investigation for the money laundering and corruption cases. Now the High Court has said that you shouldn't be confused, because now the thing is that there is so many vendetta cases as well, political cases. So there is the confusion, and what is real, what is genuine, and what is just manipulated and political motivated. Okay, so here Tamil Nadu government, Tamil Nadu High Court has said that, listen, we will not let this on the garb of this allegation that yes, there is a political motivation, that even the people are really done some corruption and some thing, they will be not spared. They will be investigated, and it has asked for the please try to complete all these charges, all this investigation and the court proceeding in a time bound manner. Here it is given that yes, there was the case, and it was in the special court that is for the MLAs and MPs. There is the special court that has been tribunal that has been constituted to for the speedy delivery of the justice for this MLA and MPs. So this case was taken out of this special court of MPs and MLAs, and it was put to the special court, a different court that is for the other area. Okay, so here it is the given that the criminal justice will be eroded if the public confidence will be shaken if the MLAs and ministers facing corruption case can short circuit criminal trials on the basis of all this thing. Okay, so refer the special court of MPs and MLA case to the special court of prevention of corruption act. Okay, so this is the other special court. There is two special court. One special court where this case was going on, that was the MLAs for and MPs. Okay, special court for the corruption is different. There they have brought this case. Okay, so High Court has said please don't play with such type of the public confidence and emotions with the such type of thing. Next important news is with respect to the center examining India's tech firm sanctioned by EU and US for the close tie with the Russian companies. Indian companies that was closely associated with the Russia, and it was also bringing imports, so many imported manufacturing thing from the EU and US. And recently it was found that due to the its connection, its association with the Russia, they have EU and US has sanctioned because they feel that many of the dual use thing that has been transferred from this company to the Russia. And the thing is that this company brought the thing. They will ask that I am going to manufacture the computer, I am going to manufacture this by this transistor chip and other thing, my earphone, my speakers, my cameras. But what they are doing, they are selling it to the Russia on the higher cost, and Russia is using this for the making drones, tanks, missiles, all this thing. Okay, so there is the dual use of many things. For example, you bring the some of the material to manufacture the cracker, and after it is found that you are manufacturing the bomb. So this is the dual use. Okay, you brought the medicine, some of the herbal for making the medicine, and you are making the poison. So this is the dual use. Okay, so here this company was associated with the three ministry: the Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and Ministry of Electronics and IT. Okay, so this is all about. So the government is just analyzing that what is the position where we should approach to the EU and US to say that yes, please, your sanction is not justified, not rational. Please remove that, or they can challenge or not. Even this is all in the consideration. Another news that is again it is political, not in our use. This High Court rejected the Gyarvapi Mosque panel appeal against the puja. So here the High Court said that already the puja was being performed before the 1993 when the state government of that time, that was the government of Samajwadi Party, and it stopped ban this worship, and now the court says this ban was illegal. Means ban was illegal. They allowed that, yes. They said that this Vyas family is possessing this place. This is known as the Vyas ka Tehkhana. Here Vyas ka Tehkhana, and here it was this family was doing for the last near about 50 years. It is doing from the 1913. Okay, so here somewhere it is given that they are performing this worship from the 1915, and court further noted that the Article 25 of the Constitution grant freedom to religion to the every person. So this person, Vyas family, has the right to perform the pujas in the that Tahkhana. Okay, this Vyas family says that they are owning this from the 1937. So this is all about this news. This is not that much relevant. Next important news we will see with respect to this picture. This is picture from the Theyyam performance. What is the Theyyam? Theyyam is a tradition ritual performance that is performed by the it is comes under the Hinduism, and it is belong from the North Kerala, such as the Kannur district and the districts Kozhikode district. Okay, so it is performed. This is like the perform. It is performed in the temple as well as the grove. So this the Theyyam represent the deities, the one of the they are worshipped, and they perform the dance, music, everything is involved in this. And this is this the historical background of this Theyyam belonged prior to the reaching of Hinduism in this area. Means even its origin in the tribal origin of this people living in the Malabar area. Okay, so forest of the Malabar area, and so let's see that its performance, how it is performed. You can see this is the picture. This is the costume that is used. This is the temple. Sri Kurumba Bhagavati temple, and let's see one of the performance. So this shows that this is the DT and this is the costume that is used. They perform the rituals. This is belonging from the different stories, local stories, tribal stories, and that's this performance shows the whole stories. And this is performed in the temple ground or the grove. Okay, so this is belonging originated from the tribal origin, tribal society rituals of the people living. Next news that is here, it is given that 75% of the hate speech event took place into the BJP ruled state, the report is saying. So you can use this whenever you are talking about the communal thing that is the very visible. Okay, so here it has given this reports talking about the 32% of the documented events were originated by the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and the Bajrang Dal. This is given by the one of the documentation that report, and this is from the Washington-based group that has released this document. And hate speech against the minority, that is the major thing. Okay, 36% of the event included a direct call for the violence. This is the thing. Just you have to mention all this thing. This news is also important. Farmers stage store against the WTO. Why the farmers is staging this store? You should know that, because the main thing is that they due to this WTO, there is the clause that prevent the government from the giving the subsidies and buying crop and crop produce from the farmers, due to there is the cap that you cannot buy beyond this 10%. Okay, and beside that, this WTO also forced to reduce the import duties, and this reduction in the import duty result into the cheaper produce that is coming from the foreign nation, because their government provide a lot of indirect subsidies, because they are the developed country and already they have the a level of the achievement into the technological and mechanization of the agriculture. So that's why farmers oppose this WTO rules, because yes, these WTO rules impact their different policies and schemes that could be promoted to support the farmers. Next important news is this: India's approach should not be clouded and by conformism. We should not be copying the Western nation or the any other nation. We have our own culture. We have our own tradition. We are strongly reflecting our economy. Everything is there. So our external affairs minister has said that if the West want that we India should follow them, so it is not going to happen. We have become a stronger nation. Here it is mentioning that Bharat's answer is the greater Atmanirbharta and politically a more authentic and rooted representation. So this is India has moved up to the last decade. This change is real but imperfect and incomplete, as struggle for the cultural rebalancing has only just begun. So we are going to assert culturally as well. So this is you can use whenever you are going to write the India's changing foreign policy or the changing dynamic at the global stage. For the state pieces, you should know the demise of the Pankaj Udas. He was the ghazal singer, and he was conferred the Padam Shri in 2006. That you should know about him with respect to the your state pieces examination. Next important news that you can use for your GS paper 2 whenever you are going for the women representation and women's empowerment. Here the Supreme Court has said to the Coast Guard that please grant the permanent commission to the women. Already there has been a lot of request by that. Here you should know how interesting this was. That here the Chief Justice of India said that you are talking about the Nari Shakti, Nari Shakti. Why not you are providing the Nari Shakti when the chances come? Here you can provide the equal priority of permanent commissioning of the women into this Coast Guard. So it will be better. And here he further said that why you are being so patriarchal. The Chief Justice asked that you do not want to see the face of women. So this is the thing that's why you are not providing the permanent commissioning of the women into it. Okay. Next important news you should know with respect to this quantum computer and how the technology work. You should know that this work on the basis of the qubits. Qubits is the technology. What is the qubits? Qubits is like the qubits. This is the technology. Normally in the classical computer that you perform, you operate, this work on the two binary numbers 0 and 1. But this qubit is the mixture of both. Here it can show at the one position, it can show 1 and 0 at same place. So this is based on the two of the concept you should know. One is the entanglement, second is the superposition. Okay, so what is the superposition? Have you seen your fan, ceiling fan or any fan? They have the three wings, and whenever it's move at the in a very speedy manner, you do not able to indicate that this wing is where. You will find that this wing is here, this wing is here, this wing is here. You will find everywhere. So this wing has the different position. Okay, so same wing, this wing you will find that it is at the place of this wing. Okay, superpositioning. Okay, and same time this is the superpositioning, means same wings seems like that it is everywhere and overlapping with the other wings. This is the superposition, means 0 and 1 can be at the same time. The second thing is the position of one wing dependent on the other wing. For if you move this wing here to here, okay, this wing, you generally in the very simply this wing will be moving from here to here, and this wing will move here from here. So this the one wing is entangled with the other wing. If you will change the position of it from here to here, the position of other wing will be changing. So this is very much important to do multitasking. In the classical computer, you can do one operation at one time, but in the supercomputer, you can do multiple tasks at the same time. Okay, so like you are playing the cricket at the same time you are playing the football, it is possible at the same time. For example, our player, for example, Rohit Sharma is playing the cricket at 12 o'clock. At the same 12 o'clock, he is playing the football, hockey, volleyball. This is possible if he become the quantum bit, qubit. Okay, so qubits can show at the same time different nature. In the simple classical computer that we use, if you are playing the cricket, you will be playing at one time, at the other time you will go and you will play football. But in the qubit you can do just I want to simplify this concept. This is all about. The other thing that is here is the baleen whales. So what is the baleen whales? This is the group of that include the blue whales, and they are the largest mammal, and they sing, and they we do not able to know how they sing, because they don't have that much that much body structure that is needed. So now we have found that this is the larynx. This is the thing that is, or the voice box that is helping them to sing and create to bring the such type of the voice sound. So let's see. Okay, so this baleen whales, they bring their sounds with respect to the larynx, and this toothed whales, they are dolphins, porpoise, and killer whales, sperm whales. They use the nasal passage for the sounding. So you should know this is the baleen whales, blue whales, or the whales. They are the baleen whales and the toothed whales. Okay, so you should know this. Okay, please take the first question. Which of the following is not key element of Theyyam? Elaborate costume, yoga and meditation, offering to the deities, ritual dance. Please answer. We will discuss all this thing during our Furious 5 session. Theyyam performances are believed to have originated from classical dance form of the ancient India, Thera within tradition of the Buddhism, tribal ancestor worship practice, modern performance art movement. Okay. So please answer. Next question. Consider following statement about the Theyyam. Theyyam performances are believed to be temporary embodiment of divine beings. Theyyam performances often take place at the sacred grove known as the Kavus. Which of the above statement is are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. Which of the following is not a core objective of the WTO? Promoting free trade, restricting movement of labor across the border, providing a forum for trade negotiations, settling trade dispute among the members. Please answer. You can also comment into the comment box. Next question. Which of the following multilateral trade agreement is administered by WTO? First, agreement on agriculture, general agreement on the trade in services, agreement on trade related aspect of intellectual property rights. Select the answer using the code given below. 1 only, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. Next question. The following description relates to core principle in a specific field. 1. Can exist in multiple states at same time. 2. Connection between elements allow the synchronized change across the distance. This field is most likely network theory, classical mechanism, quantum computing, genetic engineering. Please answer. Next question. Consider following statement about the quantum computing. Superposition allows a qubit to represent multiple states simultaneously. Second, entanglement involves linking qubits so their states become interdependent. Which of the statement given above is are correct? 1 only, 2 only, 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Please answer. Next question. Which of the following phenomena is not fundamental principle of the quantum computer? Superposition, entanglement, quantum decoherence, parallel processing. So please answer. Next question. Consider following statement. Statement 1. Toothed whales and baleen whales are fundamentally different mechanism for the vocalization. The largest animal always produce the loudest sound. Which of the following is correct in respect to the above statement? Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Statement 2 is not correct explanation of statement 1. Statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct. Please answer. Next important news is from the editorial page. Here it is talking about the everything in the garden of election is not lovely, and this is in the context of the recent election into Chandigarh, and it was the election for the mayor, and there we saw that the way it was rigged, the way the representative officer, that is the presiding officer, and the way he shows his biasness, question the whole election process, the sanctity of the election process itself. Okay, so the returning officer that was conducting this election was has the affiliation with the BJP. So here it has mentioned that you should know that the name of the case, Kuldeep Kumar Union of Union of Chandigarh and others case, 2004. Please remember, other name is the Chandigarh mayor election case. So please remember, here it is given that the way it was given and the way Supreme Court intervened, that saved the our process of representative democracy, the dignity of the fair and free election. Besides that, you should also mention that what are the major power that Supreme Court used? It is the Article 142 that was used by the Supreme Court to order and declare the decree that please reinstate those who are the really winner of the election after the replacing those 8 defaced vote. Okay, so you should know Article 143 42 is very important. This gives the Supreme Court to a decree or the order any of the organs of the government to do the complete justice. Beside that, you should also know that we our election process is mainly conducted on the basis of Representation of People Act 1950 and Representation of People Act 1951. This is for the Lok Sabha and the state elections. We have the separate procedure act for the Panchayati Raj institution and the local bodies such as the municipalities and the municipal corporation. Okay. One thing also here it has mentioned that section 123 of the Representation of People's Act that prevent the use of religion during the campaign and asking the voters to vote on the name of the religion. But we saw that this practice is not that much, this law is not that much functioning, because recently we have seen that lot of such situations where the religion have been become a central point for the electoral campaign. And recently we saw that with the inauguration of this Ram temple, that has heightened the pitch of the religious sentiment, and there is the election in 2024 for the Lok Sabha, and there is chances that there could be the misuse of this power. Besides that, you should know that what are the Supreme Court judgment with respect to the use of religion into the election, and there the Supreme Court has prevented. You should remember this 2 act that is relevant. This Jayuddin Budhanuddin Bukhari versus Brij Mohan Ramdas Mehra and others case 1975. Beside that, Abhiram Singh versus C.D. Komchain. This case also you should remember. Here the Supreme Court has clearly said that we do not consider such species to have any place in the democratic setup under the our constitution, where the religious sentiment is brought for the electoral process. Okay. So here this is all about, you should remember that here it is given that the mayor election or the election of the corporate are not governed by the Representation of People Act. Already I have said that it has the state oriented act. Each state have their own act with respect to that under 243, Article 243 of the Constitution. Next important news, this editorial is not that much relevant already. That is going on, what is going on into the Pakistan. We know that what is the condition. The Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz has brought to the power with the support of the general, and a coalition government that is under the leadership of the Pakistan Muslim League, despite it had just 75 seats. And this Tehreek Pakistan, that of the Imran Khan, was banned, and the candidate contested into the as the independent. They have the largest number, and there is the distribution of the seat. We saw that the daughter of Nawaz Sharif, she has got the chief minister post of the Punjab province, and Asif Ali Zardari has been given the post of the president, and the brother of Nawaz Sharif has been given to the post of the prime minister. Besides that, this is about the cricket match that is going into the Dharmasala. That is about to be in the Dharmasala, fifth last match. India already have won the match. Okay, this is not that much relevant. This article talks about how the scientific conferences was being in India. We need the change. So this is not relevant for our perspective with respect to the UPSC. Just you should know that generally this Indian conferences on the science and technology and the scientific area, this is this brought the different area as well, like the what is going into the society, and it's bring the interaction, non-hierarchical interaction, career stage, equity, diversity, and sustainability. Okay. Every year, India hosts multitude of the meeting and conference across the various fields and technology, engineering, and mathematics. Okay. These meetings are organized by the communities of the scientists. This is all about that is given on the how this all happens. This is not that much. That much means it should many a times it has the bureaucratic hurdle that this article is asking that need to be removed. Next important news that is with respect to the land management policy. Land play a very vital role, and that's why land use is very important. Everywhere we need land for agriculture, for the industry, for the service sector. You need land, and that's why we see the land is center stage for the economy, society, polity, everywhere. Okay, so here it is given that the degradation of land is not good, and we have found that there is a lot of speedy. The degradation of land is a very speedy manner, and this is due to the lack of proper management. Okay, so here we have international convention, that United Nations Convention to combat the desertification, and this was held in 2019 into the New Delhi, and here it discussed the problem of the land degradation, and it is due to the different misuse. Okay, here it has given the what is the India's geographical what is the India's population. This is the 70% of the population, and we account for the 2.4% of the land. So this shows that the pressure of the population on the land into the India. It has shown that in India the arable land account for the 55% and 22% forested land. So please remember, we are aiming this to achieve 33%. That is aim, but we are not able to achieve this aim is for the very long time. Okay, 30% are the like the mountain, desert and other thing. Okay, so this is all about. Further it is talking that the development targets and the demand for the land accommodate the growing population, infrastructure, rapid urbanization, social, culture, environmental aspect. Everywhere there is the demand for this land. Okay, and this is resulting into the more competition for the land, and that's why we saw that there is a conflict due to this competition on the land use conflict is also there. And it is talking about further that not only does this adversely affect the livelihood opportunity of the people who directly depend on the environment resources, but also buffering zone of the ecosystem is also impacting, and this is resulting into the more tsunamis, more impact due to the cyclones and flood, drought. All these are also becoming the more severe. Okay, talking that the land management practice in India is sectoral. For example, look, this land management falls under the state government. Beside that, the cultural land that is for under the private ownership. Okay, and after that it is talking about the administrative hurdle. They don't have the proper planning, they have the fragmented approach, they do not this administrative area, that is the planning by this bureaucrat, that is very much erratic. They can change their policy anytime. Beside that, they do not plan for the unseen or unforeseen events. Okay, regulatory barrier. A lot of they ask for the paperwork. So this is the issue with this. So here it is given that what we need to approach some integrated approach where there should be a committee at the district level. For example, we already have under Article 243, the Constitution already have provided for the district level committee, and the name of that committee is the District Planning Committee. So we can consolidate the plans and we can integrate all the village, rural area and the land into the urban area, and we can plan in a very integrated manner. Okay. So this committee can be activated and they can be given the agriculture, non-agriculture, all the area, and they can plan, they can bring the policy, they can implement. Already we have a good example from the UK, and there was recently we saw that they brought the sustainable and land management policy. Here it has given that UK Parliamentary Office of the Science and Technology in its brief Sustainable and Managing Land Better for the Environment Benefit, they have observed that the action for addressing and adapting to the climate change, achieving food security and tackling the biodiversity crisis are all embedded in one area and dependent on how this all managed. So this shows that the how the management, land management has become very much important for the sustainability. Okay, so this is all about, you should know that here by this article you have example of the UK. This already have, they have a committee, they have brought with this observation. We already have seen, we have already constitutional provision where we can consolidate it, we can use it. Okay, we have international uh, mechanism under the United Nations Convention or to combat the desertification. We can use this as well. What are the issues here it has provided, and how we can how we can come out of this. You should also remember this Food and Agriculture Organization report, State of the World Land and Water Resource for the Food Agriculture, the system at the breaking point. This is very important. This can be asked into the prelims as well. So you should remember this Food and Agriculture Organization report. This is the state of world land and water resource for the food and agriculture, the system at breaking point. They can ask that who published this report. It will be FAO, Food Agriculture Organization. Okay, you should also know that this IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, this has also brought the special report in 2019 on this land management practice. Okay. Next important news is very interesting. This talk about the Russia's economy after 2 years of the war. So it is very interesting here. It has mentioned that it is Russia that has not negatively impacted but the positively impacted by this war, because the economy of Russia is doing well. Here it has given that the what is the current GDP of the Russia. This is growing at the 2.6%, and this is much better than the nations of the Europe that they are growing at the 1%. Beside that, it is talking less than 1%. Beside that, it is talking about the budget of this, and this is also talking about the budget deficit. Russia's budget deficit is much better than this European counterparts such as UK and EU overall. This is they are facing 5.1% of the budget deficit, but the Russia is just 1%. Why? Here it is given that due to this war, there is the continuous production of the machinery, war weapons and other thing, military pay, ammunition, tanks, plants, compensation for the dead, all this boosting the Russian economy. Okay, and this has given the energy to the Russian economy, and if the Russia is going to win, it will be bad for the Russia. Russia don't want to win. What Russia want? Because if Russia is going to win this Ukraine war, all the responsibility to rebuild the Ukraine, whatever the cities it has destroyed, will fall upon the Russia, and Russian economy will be not that much at that level, because they don't have that much resources, and Russia will be isolated. If it will win the Ukraine, all the Europe is not going to make any relationship and not going to support. Second thing, it will become the subsidiary of the China. China will be only there who are going to support, and Russia will directly need, because it will be singly dependent on the China, and that's why what is the course that Russia want to adopt. It want to prolong the war. This is the main thing that has been given under this. Okay. Next important news that has given with respect to the Trump, his stand on the NATO. Now, what is the main thing? The main this article is talking that Trump want the money for the protection of their allies. There is the more than 30 nations under the NATO. Most of them are from the Europe, and it was decided that they will pay a portion of their budget, and it was near about 2%. So only few of the countries, 2% of their budget that was decided, only few of the countries such as Norway, Poland, Estonia, except them, and Albania, except them, none of them are giving this money. Mostly it is supported by the US. And in the context of recently, we saw that the US Congress that has stuck the the bill on the Ukraine aid. US wanted to pay the war that is going on the Ukraine, and the Congress is not ready to take the burden of someone other's fault and mistake. If they are fighting, why we are going to pay? And this is the same thing that Trump has said. Trump has said that he went on to state that he would encourage Russia to do whatever it want if he going to come in the power. So you can think. You should remember that Article 3 and Article 5 talks about the responsibility, like the which consider the attack against one NATO member as the attack against all. Please remember, this is very important. Article 5. Article 3 talk about this, which insists that the NATO members make necessary effort to boost the defense capability, and under that this 2% of the budget was decided, and as per the term, if they are not going to give other nations, so we are not going to protect them. So this will be like the insurance. If you are paying the premium money, you will get the insurance when there is the any event. Same is like this Europe. So if this is going to happen, if the Trump is going to happen and going to withdraw from the NATO, this will be a disastrous status for the Europe, because even they are not able to match with the Russia. The Russia is fighting the way the military capability Russia have. Okay. Next important news is with respect to the bitcoins and its technologies. Just you should know the basics about the bitcoins. What is the bitcoins? It is like the how the mining is done. This is the like the electronics of rupees that you cannot touch, but you can feel like the whenever you go and pay by the phone pay, no, just you and sellers feel that yes, there is the just the thing that is on your screen. This is not the thing the way you touch the your rupees, your 100 rupees, 500 rupees and your coins. Okay, so same is that this is the a digital money, and this is you receive you it is mined by the a very high and complex a type of the equation is there, and you have to solve, and this need a very large computer machine, and that's consume lot of electricity, and that's why it is going to impact the overall greenhouse impact, because electricity is more going to be used, and that's why it is going to it is not going to good for the environment. Okay, so here it has given one of its concept is known as the proof of work. Under that, this Bitcoin miners rely on the advanced computer equipment to solve the complex mathematical puzzles through the process known as the proof of work. So this is like this is mining is like the whenever you play a game, na, as you go into the next stage it become difficult and difficult to cross the that level. So then you go to the next stage, the stage become more difficult. Okay, so if and whenever you win something, you get some reward. This reward is like the this Bitcoin, but in the simple computer game this is very easy, but in this Bitcoin, this blockchain technology, it's take lot of effort and lot of energy is required, and this is not possible by the normal computer that are used by you and me. So I hope most of the area that is relevant for the UPSC we have covered here. I will conclude my session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.